And welcome back to Boost Boerne Business here on Boerne Radio, 103.9 FM. My name is Baron Wiley, and across the table from me is my new friend, Renan rzambrano. I have to say it with the accent, man. It's just a rich name.
Let it roll, baby.
Tell me just the story before we get into what you do, and that is with the National Wild Turkey Federation. How did you get your name? What did your name mean?
So my mom worked for American Airlines back when they were stewardesses as opposed to flight attendants nowadays. And I don't know why I need to make that distinction, but it was white gloves and it was...
scarves. And...
it was Waterford Crystal Service. You know, it was the deal.
Okay.
And she had a client come on, a passenger, and his name was Renan. And she was just taken by that name, just really, really liked it. And so she brought that back and just kind of offered it to my dad and said, this is what it's going to be.
Wow. And
then rzambrano, and it just kind of rolls.
Does that have a meaning? Is there an origin to that one?
It's a Basque name for the Basque country.
Yes.
So I had an opportunity to travel to Spain and spent about 9 years there educating myself in all things Spanish culture.
Excellent.
And it was amazing to look at some of that isolated and beautiful culture that happens up there in País Vasco.
Well, right now you are part of the Texas culture, and you're doing something very, very special with the National Wild Turkey Federation. And so for someone who has never heard of what the National Wild Turkey Federation does, boy, first of all, thank you for what you're doing. I'll tell you this. Our radio tower is out beyond Boerne Lake, Upper Cibolo Creek Road, right? Going out that way. And I love that drive because guarantee I might see a dozen wild turkey. There's a big field there. They're just kind of marching back and forth. And up on top of the hill where my tower is, I can hear them. I never see them, but I can hear them. They're there. And that's what I just love about Kendall County, the wild nature that's just right here in our own backyard. But you're on a mission here with the National Wild Turkey Federation.
I am. We are looking to continue the legacy that the organization has done nationwide. It's a 501c3, so the work that we're doing is essentially on-the-ground management for conservation. We work with private landowners to create easements.
Yes.
We look to invest with our other partners like Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Texas Wildlife Association, and other great entities who are already here in Texas doing on-the-ground work. But we want to continue to make sure that the population of wild turkeys is available here for, if not anything else, just the opportunity to see them and to hear them. And for some of our other Texas heritage that we have here in Central Texas, which we're very proud of, which is a rich hunting community as well.
Now, how did you even get involved with all this?
Well, it came on the back of probably what I would say is some of the most important work that I've done, which was with Texas Parks and Wildlife Department. Had about 10 years there working with wildlife restoration funding, which is U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service funding that we get from an excise tax. Some people refer to it as Pittman-Robertson funding, but essentially there's an excise tax on ammunition and firearms. So those funds come in through the Treasury to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and then they're apportioned out to each state based on topography and how many hunters you have.
Yeah.
And so since we're the great state of Texas, and we've got a few hunters here, we get a max apportionment every year. Those dollars are actually for on-the-ground research for the Natural Resources Department, which in this case is Texas Parks and Wildlife Department.
Yeah. We
take those funds and we do everything from reintroducing bighorn sheep into the Davis Mountains to conservation work right here on our home grounds in Kendall County, working with great partners like the Cibolo Nature Center, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, Texas Parks and Wildlife Foundation, and essentially stringing together this, if you will, cord of conservation all across our home grounds here in Texas.
Well, you're definitely speaking our language, I think it's more conservatives here in Kendall County than most, for sure. And so by definition, save the land, save the wildlife, save the water. I mean, that's what we're all kind of thinking about. And to have you representing the National Wild Turkey Federation right here in Kendall County. Matter of fact, I think you've got a pretty big footprint yourself, right?
I do. As a matter of fact, I take care of everything across the I-10. So from El Paso on one side to Beaumont on the other, all the way straight down to the valley. We have huge opportunity because we have a unique species, which is the Rio Grande turkey, an absolute gorgeous bird, and that's likely the bird that you're hearing out there when you're out visiting the towers.
Yeah.
A magnificent animal and a very astute animal as well. It's one of the funnest animals to go out and capture, whether it's on film, digitally, or trying to take a crack at one.
Sometimes they're trying to capture you. I've been chased. Right?
They're an aggressive species, and they're territorial.
I was in the car, and it was chasing me down the road.
They don't care whether you're in an F-250 or what it is. They're gonna let you know.
Are they protecting the nest, or is that just their nature?
The nature of the animal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely exquisite that's built into their DNA.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's really a resilient animal.
Could have been our national bird,
Isn't that a cool thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of folks don't know that little tidbit. It was on the cusp, man.
Yeah. Ben Franklin. Come on, man.
It would have been a noble and worthy animal to show off as Americans. The eagle does a good job too as well, I guess.
But to have it, again, in our own backyard is real cool. Hey, you have a very cool event coming up, the Wildwood Social.
As a matter of fact, we do. The Wildwood Social is the opportunity for us to partner with our community in bringing together some of those like-minded folks who understand that conservation is a legacy here in Kendall County and want to do something about it. We're going to be hosting the Cibolo Creek chapter of the National Wild Turkey Federation is going to be presenting the Wildwood Social. It's going to be an evening of conservation, community, and camaraderie. We're inviting you to bring out your crew, bring out your team. If you want to say thank you to your coworkers, now is a great way to come in and get a table with us, understanding that those dollars are working directly towards conservation here. And in a minute, we'll talk a little bit more about some of the grants that are happening and that are available. But we're going to be doing a night with the Nick Lawrence Band.
Cool. Oh, yeah.
So he'll be hosting the music, and then the Hungry Horse, of course, everybody knows, is going to be feeding us a really cool Italian dinner. We're going to have all types of raffle opportunities, some cool quality firearms to raffle on. We'll be having some NWTF collectibles and some exclusive hunting gear from brands like Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Benelli, and Yeti. Yeah. So we're inviting you to come out, have a great time. It's going to be on a Thursday, so we will get you back. We know it's a quote-unquote school night.
Not anymore. It's summer.
Not anymore. It's summer now. But come on out, have dinner, and enjoy some conversation with your fellow peers here in Boerne.
Well, very specifically, it's June the 18th. Yes, that is a Thursday night. Under the Wild Oak in Comfort, Texas. Where's that?
It's just right down here with our neighbors here in Comfort.
Just over, yeah.
Yeah, it is a really, really cool venue. Just like a slice of idyllic hill country with the oak knolls.
Oh, yeah.
And lots of like little tree lights wrapped around it. Nick Lawrence will be serenading you as you come in, and we'll be feeding you. Of course, we'll have some drink out there. And it's just going to be a great, great event.
Awesome. Those doors open up at 5:30. Dinner starts at 7 o'clock. Again, you're going to have some firearms on the tables there. Someone's going to walk out with a new gun.
That's right. Yep.
Hunting gear, like you said, collectibles, and other raffles. Are you still looking for sponsors or actually donations?
We are looking for sponsors and donations. Understand that as a 501c3, we have the ability to give you guys a tax write-off for anything that you do decide to donate. So we're going to be looking to some of our partners here in Boerne to step up.
How do we do that?
One of those ways is we tend to like to do kind of warm handoffs, which is through some of our contacts that we have. And so my buddy Jared Hernandez, who is our state chapter president, and our treasurer David Nassis will be there on hand helping me to greet folks and welcome everybody.
Good man.
It's going to be an excellent evening. I highly recommend you come out, and even if it's a date night, we'll get you fed, we'll get you some prizes, and we'll get you out the door, and so that you can go out and continue the night on the town.
All right. How much are tickets?
$65 for individuals.
For a date night?
For a date night.
For all this?
Can't beat that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, and $115 for couples.
And then how do we get tickets? At the website?
We will have a few flyers out and around town, and you can log into the Texas chapter of the NWTF, that nwtf/texas.com, or put that in your Google search bar. Ideally, that will bring you to the events available in Texas. You'll select our event, which will be the Wildwood Social, and that will steer you in. Otherwise, you're going to look for things in the windows around Boerne for some of our partners, and some of us will be on the streets actually handing out some cards and stuff like that. If you get the right cards, you may actually get a comp ticket.
Hey.
So it might be worth it to...
you have a golden ticket floating around?
We got a couple, and we just want to encourage folks to put it on the radar. This is our inaugural first-year event.
Yeah.
So we're learning as we go here, but we think we've picked some already great entertainment and a great partner with the Hungry Horse. Everybody knows Fry over there, Mr. Fry.
Yep.
James is the man, and he's going to be bringing a really neat Italian dinner for us. So we're excited about it.
And by the way, if you couldn't write that down or you can't find the flyer, hey, you're listening to Boerne Radio, just go to our Boerne Radio events page. All the details will be there with that link to get your tickets today, okay? Let's just kind of brag on all the great things that this wonderful organization has done.
Certainly. Since about 2017, locally here in Texas, and I would just say because we're all family here in Texas, NWTF has been partnering with Texas Parks and Wildlife Department and the Northeast Texas Conservation Delivery Network through a habitat incentive program. What that really means is, it sounds like a lot of jargon and a lot of fast words, but what it means is about a $1.7 million conservation cost share assistance across our great home state.
How many acres does that really mean?
It's about 35, almost 40,000 acres of actual grounds where we've committed dollars to field research, easements, and working with private landowners. That's a key piece here in Texas. As a 98% privately owned state, we have critical need to involve ourselves and to be part of the conversations that are happening amongst private landowners. And so without that, we wouldn't be able to do a lot of the science and land management that we're doing.
Yeah. Texas has its fair share of wildfire issues here lately in the last year or two, and that impacts our wildlife, right?
It's becoming a real critical conversation as we continue to move into beautiful places, especially along some of our state highways like Highway 46, where we've got areas that have the ash juniper, among other species. We are moving into habitat, if you will, that was once wild, and we're putting houses in places that would, from a fire management perspective, look precarious, and we're needing to have strict conversations about how we control fire management and how fire management actually helps to increase habitat. So through outreach and education programs, the NWTF has field days where we'll actually go out and we'll do demonstrations. Fire is a resource and conservation management tool that helps renew the land by bringing important nutrients back to the land and taking out, if you will, some of the species that are evasive so that we can have natural resources continue to grow.
Yeah. Hey, we're talking with Renan Rzambrano. He is with the National Wild Turkey Federation. Big event coming up quick here. It's happening on June the 18th. That's a Thursday night, called the Wildwood Social. I hope to be there. I hope you can too. Again, we got all the details waiting for you at BoerneRadio.com. Just click on our events page. We'll have a direct link there. But here's the bottom line. They are saving the land, conserving our great history, really, as you look down to it, and is worthy of your support. And so I say support this. This show's called Boost Boerne Business. This is not a business. This is a beautiful nonprofit. And so with your best gift, can you do something today? How should we make that happen?
You can do it by contacting me if you'd like. I'm always available at rzambrano, that's RZAMBRANO, at NWTF.net. We would be happy to get you involved in our chapter so that you might actually start partnering with us and having a conversation that's less abstract and more specific about what you want to do and what you want to see here in the Hill Country. We have dollars available for that, which is, stewardship and legacy is key because it is, like you said, part of our history, part of our identity. And I'll take it one step further, Baron, I'll say it's our responsibility. If we don't do it, who else is going to do it?
Right.
And we really got to save this stuff and protect it for future generations. But we actually have an opportunity right now where a request for proposals is going out to understand and convey dollars on the ground for projects that can happen right here in our backyard. And so if you'd like to know how some of that grant money is working, do please contact me through that email. You can also contact me by phone. It's area code 210-744-7057. That is my home phone number and my personal phone number.
Nobody has a home phone number anymore.
Well said. What I just aged myself right there, didn't I?
210, one more time.
210-744-7057. Give me a call. I would be happy to talk all things conservation in turkeys and Boerne with you.
What I love also, too, I can already tell, this is not just a boys' club. Many women love to be a part of this.
Absolutely. We have programs specifically geared towards women in the outdoors where we bring educational hunts. We're looking for new hunter recruitment specifically by women who either have zero experience and want to learn or who are over experienced and want to come in and teach the new class, if you will, of women so that they can continue to make the outdoors their own. It is a place of camaraderie and a place where you're not going to get mansplained anything on how to do things because we usually have women running most of those events, which we're very, very proud of.
Keep up the great work, my friend. This is real special.
Thank you.
So being a Kendall County guy, where would you tell me, go down this road, you'll see some turkey in?
You can head down Sisterdale Rd and keep your eyes open. There are some flocks moving in and out of that space. As you said as well, on the road out to Boerne Lake, there's all sorts of gobblers out there as well, and you might run into a tom or two.
I saw a hen last. I don't know if she was, I just recognized she was a hen. I didn't know if she had a nest. Where do they nest?
They nest in all of these oak knolls and those special spaces. They need to have a height, so they do come up off the ground to nest and to sleep as well. So folks who don't think that they actually can fly, you'd be surprised. They will make it right up over your vehicle in 2 seconds flat. But it is, mainly a ground animal, and it is a formidable and resilient and beautiful species.
And the usual predators?
They tend to be things like, coyotes and other things like that. And we have that here in Kendall County as well. Mm-hmm. So we understand that populations still need to continue to grow. And so that's why I'll be personally reaching out to folks like our other partners over at the Cibolo Nature Center and our partners at Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, so that we can see if we can get some of this funding into the hands of the folks, even private landowners, who want to have a conversation about this legacy animal and how they might be able to conserve and or create more habitat on their land, so that we can just see more of this beautiful species around Kendall County.
All right, landowners, get involved with the National Wild Turkey Federation right here in Kendall County, right here in Central South Texas, doing great things. And be a part of the Wildwood Social again on June the 18th, Thursday night, there in Comfort, Texas, under the wild oak. Anything else, Renan?
I would just add that this is a call to action. Mm-hmm. And I understand that, most of us who walk around Boerne, we understand it for its idyllic hometown feel. And as we move out of the spaces and we start to drive down these roads, as we're heading out to Comfort, as we're heading out to our other neighbor communities like Fredericksburg, take Highway 16, you've seen those flowers. All of that is part of a grander contribution that nature's given us. We're just the lucky participants to be able to take that in. Working with organizations like the NWTF and our other partners, Texas Wildlife Association, Texas Parks and Wildlife Department, we're critically working on trying to make sure that our kids and future generations have a place where they can come back to the land and sort of rewire that nervous system, put it back into neutral, and just enjoy these gorgeous God-given home grounds that we have.
Excellent. One more time with the website.
www.nwtf/texas.com.
For the National Wild Turkey Federation. Renan, thank you so much for what you're doing, and thanks for being on Boost Boerne Business.
It's my pleasure, Baron. I'm happy to come back anytime.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow. And thank you for listening to Boerne Radio 103.9 FM.